Hello food lovers, welcome to Peoply Fresh. My name is Anoop. Today I'm going to prepare Jack in Blanket. It's vegan, gluten-free, healthy and delicious. So for our Jack in Blanket dish, we need some jackfruit. I got some tin jackfruit. They are already cooked. Some carrot, half of onion, tomatoes. So that will be our base sauce. Instead of fresh tomatoes, you can use the pasta sauce or bolognese sauce. But I tried to use fresh ingredients. So I'm going to use tomato, fresh tomato, and some basil for my base sauce. And also we need some ginger, piece of ginger, and 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. And also I'm using some cooked rice also. I took some brown rice for this. And cabbage, so that will be our blanket, Jack's blanket. And also we need some smoked paprika and some turmeric. So the first step of our preparation, we need to get rid of the skin of this tomato. So for that, just score it on top of the tomatoes and just boil it for a few minutes and the skins will come off straight away. So here I got around 6 or 7 tomatoes in different sizes. While our tomatoes are boiling, we'll quickly prep the vegetables for our filling. So I'm taking half of onions. So just finely chop them. We can always use the vegetable grater to grate the vegetable finely. So try to chop the vegetables as finely as possible. Now carrots, cut the carrot into half and again half. And then slice them. Jackfruit, they already cooked, so you can use a masher or a fork to just mash it, or just use your knife and just roughly chop them. Now the ginger and garlic, again you can use a grater or just use your knife to just finely chop them. And the basil, I will use the leaves at the end. The herbs don't need cooking that long, otherwise they will lose the color and also the flavor. So I will roughly chop the leaves and put it on top at the end. But the stem, they are also full of flavor. What I'm going to do is I will use the stem from the beginning to cook. Finally, our blanket, the cabbage. Some people boil the cabbage before taking the leaves out, but I try to cook the vegetables as little as possible to keep the nutrition. So I just peel off the leaves one by one and try to slice off this hard part, the vein in the middle. And use a bowl, put it in a bowl and pour hot water on top for a few minutes to make them softer. So when I will wrap all the ingredients inside, it won't split. Let the cabbage sit in this hot water for a few minutes to get it soft a little bit. In the meantime, we can peel the skin off from our tomatoes. After boiling for a few minutes, the skin from the tomato will come off easily. Depends how you want your tomato sauce. I prefer to have a little bit chunkier sauce, so I just use a fork or a masher to just mash this tomato a little bit. But if you wanted a smoother sauce, put these tomatoes and a little bit of basil in a blender and blend and get a smoother paste. So all our veggies are chopped finely. We got our sauce, tomato sauce, and the cabbage is getting softer in the hot water. Now it's time to fry all these vegetables with a little bit of spices. So on a hot pan, add 1 tablespoon coconut oil And when the oil is hot, add the ginger and garlic first. And then the onion. And this time we can add some spices. Half a teaspoon turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon smoked paprika, and 1.5 teaspoon salt. Straight away add your chopped carrots and jackfruit. And finally add our cooked rice in it. And if you want a spicier dish, instead of smoked paprika, you can always add crushed chilies or your favorite hot sauce in this mix. Now it's all mixed together. Now I can switch off the heat. So now our filling is ready. And our blanket, the cabbage is all nice and soft. I only left the cabbage in hot water for a few minutes. So we can keep the green color of this cabbage, and also it will be just enough to fold the filling so the leaves won't tear apart. Put your cabbage leaves, take few spoons of this filling, and just wrap it nice and tight. And just carry on doing the rest. So all our jack is in blanket. Now the next step will be to boil our tomato base and put this parcels in this base and cook together for a few more minutes. All the ingredients are basically cooked, so we don't have to cook it too long. Only want to reduce the tomato base, get rid of all the excess moisture, and just want to get all the flavors mixed together. So put a pan on high heat. I'm using the same pan which I used to stir fry our filling earlier. So when the pan gets nice and hot, add our tomato puree. And also the stems, the basil stems. Then slowly put our jack in blanket parcels in the sauce and just cover the pan and steam it for a few minutes. So our jack in blanket is cooking in this tomato base for around 5 minutes, and then you can smell the tomato and basil aroma. That's the time you need to switch off the heat and then take the basil leaves, just roughly tear them and just sprinkle it on top and put the lid back on and leave it in this heat for another few more minutes. So this is our delicious jack in blanket. Simple, delicious, healthy, and obviously vegan and gluten free. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're watching this video on YouTube, consider subscribing, give me a thumbs up, share this recipe with your friends and family, and always give your suggestions in the comment box, please. So I'm going to try this jack in blanket. The first thing you will notice is the aroma of tomato and basil, and the cabbage is soft but not overcooked. Because we didn't overcook the vegetables, so there's still crunch from the carrot and the cabbage and the chewiness from the jackfruit. Definitely a good family meal. Please try this recipe and let me know what you think, and take care and see you all later.